Hey everyone, I'm Sabrina and I am the unexpected gardener. And the reason why I chose that is actually my husband that came up with that, because I really am like a completely unexpected gardener. I'm a city girl, grew up outside of Boston. Definitely not the kind of person who wants to get her hands dirty. Like, I don't do poop and I mean, not a princess, but just not really an outdoorsy kind of girl. And I started gardening last year, and it really I've always been really interested in organic produce and really good, high quality food. So that's not really anything new, but growing it myself was really something I never thought I would be able to do and be good at. And so last year was my first year, and I had some success. Learned a ton, and this is my second year with it. I have a couple in-ground beds. I have lots of raised beds and containers. So I want to chronicle my journey, and the unexpected gardener just seemed like the perfect name for what I am. So it's pretty exciting though, and I'm kind of a geek now. I'm like a garden nerd. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Easter. So it is unseasonably warm. We've had a couple of days, 2 days of really cold nights, and I think that's all gone now. So I want to show you our setup for tomatoes this year, and I'm actually going to plant a few this afternoon, and I'll probably plant the rest later this week. I'm pushing it a little bit. Our last frost date is the 8th. Here in Raleigh, but it's going to be really warm with no risk of freezing, at least for the next week. So I'm taking a risk. So let me show you our setup. So what we did last year, we put in this trellis here with a 16-foot cattle panel, and kind of late in the year. So this is going to probably be noodle beans and cucumbers. But so this year I went and bought 8-foot cattle panels, and we got 6-foot T-posts and just attached them with zip ties. And if you look, we put it 18 inches into the bed so that I can fit hopefully 6 tomato plants on each 6-foot bed. But I'll show you a little later how I'm gonna do that. But isn't that cool? I think these cattle panels were like $17, and these T-posts were like $4 a piece. So we did one here, and then we did one over here in this bed. So I'm gonna have 2 beds filled with tomatoes and some pollinating flowers and probably basil. It's so exciting. Here they are, guys. So I went ahead and planted these 3 guys yesterday afternoon. Kellogg's Breakfast, Dr. White Cheese, and Cherokee Purple. And I think I probably could have maybe squeezed 4 here, but I'm gonna keep them 18 inches apart and prune them really well. So hopefully I will get really abundant tomatoes from that. Super exciting. So, and I have, what are these? Tiny Tim. I have one for one little, and then another one for the other little. So the tomato planting season has begun. If you're new to planting tomatoes, I probably should have planted this a lot deeper than I did. You can see along the stalk there's these little hairs. They look like hairs, but they're basically roots. And so when you plant a tomato plant really deeply in the soil, roots are gonna sprout out from the stalk, which will make it much stronger and a much healthier plant. So probably what I should have done, this one was really, really tall because I started my seeds too early. Didn't listen to all the advice. I should have probably cut these off and then just planted it like almost all the way to the top there. But, you know, we'll see what happens. I'm sure it's probably gonna be fine. If worse comes to worse, I can put it in a bigger pot and plant it a little deeper. So it's very exciting to start the tomato season. I said a little earlier, I'm taking a little bit of a risk planting them a little earlier, but it's so warm and the forecast really, it's gonna be like 50 at night, maybe high 40s, but 50s at night, 70s during the day. So we are really in good shape, I think, for these tomato plants. But, you know, they could get stunted if it's too cold. So that's why I only planted 3. I'm gonna wait and plant the rest, maybe the end of this week or the beginning of next week. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna share some tricks I learned from another YouTuber that I follow when planting tomatoes. So I'll share that and take some video when I plant the rest of mine. And also I'm gonna do a video on how I got rid of fungus gnats, because I had a nasty issue in my seedlings and I was able to totally eradicate them. YouTube is excellent. You can find out like how to do anything on YouTube. So happy planting and happy spring. Until next time.